Hey, it's Misty Eyez, and I want to do a movie review about him. Are you ready? Hello, and good morning. On my way to work, my mind wanders and I think about all kinds of stuff. And I'm a part of a Tuesday night movie night group, and we have a poll, and whatever movie wins, whatever. Last night we saw a movie that I really didn't want to see. I didn't care to see, rather. I saw the poster and I was like, it's a football movie, I don't care. But it won, and we saw it. And this morning, I can't stop thinking about this movie. The movie is called Him. And there's a lot of intersectionality to me. I am a trans woman. I'm a Christian woman. I am an Alaskan woman. I'm a Floridian woman. I am an entertainer. I am a keynote speaker. I am an educator. I'm a student. There's a lot of things going on in my head. And I related to this movie and its intersectionality in a lot of ways. And it is not my intention to give spoilers to anyone. So I don't think I'm going to give any spoilers. But the premise of this movie was shocking and closely paralleled real life, and in an alarming way. So the premise of the movie is about this little kid who was groomed to be a football hero by his father, by the football team, by whatever. And he was destined to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. As an entertainer, the correlation of what you would do for celebrity worship, or the extremes you would go to keep your fans fanning, it kind of made me think of Illuminati or something. I don't necessarily agree with any of that, but it kind of gave me a mirror. Okay, the Illuminati, whatever. If the Illuminati was real, I probably would have tried to join as a child or a young person. But it was all about the toxicity of fame and celebrity worship, and how far you're willing to go to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Are you willing to sacrifice your family? Are you willing to sacrifice your relationships? Are you willing to sacrifice your children? Are you willing to sacrifice your time? Like, what are you willing to give to be this celebrity? But as a Christian, as a charismatic evangelical Christian, this movie resonated to me in a completely and totally different way. And again, I'm not trying to give away any spoilers. I don't think I'm going to give away any spoilers, but the movie, or the team, was called Saviors. The lead football player's name was Isaiah. There's a lot of religious symbolism in this movie. But the parallel I really am taking away was the mascot was literally the devil. Not figuratively, literally. Take two. So I had, in all the years of my video vlogging, I have never been good at re-recording. But apparently my Snapchat never is posting. I'm now in the office and I looked to see if it was posted so I could download the video, and it's still not posted. Don't know if it's a glitch or Wi-Fi or what. But I'll try to re-record a part two. So literally, the mascot for the Saviors team is the devil. Literally the devil. And giving away a little spoiler here, led and run by an actual cult. So if you haven't seen the movie, literally a cult. Huge spoiler alert. Literally, they are infusing their bodies with demon-infused blood that had been passed down through generations of the goat, the greatest of all time. Also a symbol of goat, demonic, etc. As a Christian, I could not help but notice the correlation of what's happening today and what happened in the 1930s, 1920s. Literally 100 years ago, in the 1920s, when Hitler rose to power. Initially, the Christians were anti-Hitler, and initially the Christians were anti-Nazi. Obviously, what does our Bible say? For example, Matthew 25:35. For I was hungry and you fed me. For I was poor and you helped me. I'm paraphrasing, when I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was sick, you helped me. When I was in prison, you visited me. I think those are the key things here. And then the religious people, mind you, in my Bible, Jesus fought his religious people on a regular basis. But anyways, the religious people said, when did we feed you? When did we clothe you? I don't remember when you were sick. When were you in prison and we visited you? And in Matthew 25:40, he says, truly I tell you, whatever you did unto the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did unto me. That, to me, is the fundamental Christian values. The golden rule is not in the Bible, but Matthew 25:35 through 40 is. This is not how you get into heaven. That's John 3:16. For he so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Whoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Anybody can believe in Jesus, and that's how they become a Christian. But what alarms me is the Nazi movement in the 1930s, 1933 exactly. Hitler signed a document with the Pope to swing Catholic votes. Now, Hitler was not a Christian. He did not stand for anything moral. He did not stand for anything Christian ideological. But when the Pope signed on and started telling his followers, the Nazi movement started to claim the higher ground. We are the chosen people. We are the pure race. We have the Bible on our side. We have the Christians on our side. We are doing what's morally good by ethnic cleansing humanity. That correlation in the movie, to me, definitely the wolf in sheep's clothing or the saints with the devil cult mascot. The symbolism was not lost on me. I'm not going to say that the director intentionally wanted to go after the Making America Great movement, but it was not lost on me. And if we don't learn from our past, we are doomed to repeat it. My apologies. Typically, I would not do one video in 3 different settings, but there was such technical difficulties yesterday, and I kind of wonder if it was the message I was saying. But if we do not learn from our mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them. And one thing that is painfully clear to me is there was a time when our leader of our country stood in front of an audience of people and said, I am not a Christian, but then held up the Bible. And suddenly, the Christian movement was on their side, thus claiming the moral majority, thus claiming God, thus claiming the will of God. And this is a huge spoiler alert for the movie. So Stop watching now if you want to go watch this movie. I'll wait. My favorite part of the movie was the end. When Cam, at the end, he conquers all the demons. And he conquers all the cultists. And he's confronted with an image of his father and the head of the cult. And him as a little boy. And he's confronted with the reality that he was groomed his entire life for this cult. As if he didn't even have his own free will. And the demons and the cultists were like, do this for your father, do this for your father. He did his whole life for his father. But dare I say, he woke up and had a moment of clarity and realized at the end, it was definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing. They claimed to be the saviors. And the end, when he fought back, whoa. His entire life, he fought to be the greatest of all time. Now, granted, I don't know if the directors and the producers and the film people are making a current pop culture debate, especially afraid of cancel culture. They're probably not. I do believe that this movie was created for the dangers of celebrity worship and seeking fame and seeking attention. And literally there's scenes where Eyez is in the movie basking in, it's like a solarium kind of, but in his 360-degree roof is just people praising him. Like on TV, like he's watching a movie of applause. He lives for the applause. But it was very weird. And I only watched this movie once. And this is my takeaway from only watching it once. I'm probably not going to watch it again. But wow, the intersectionality and the emotional and the mental depth of this movie and what's happening right now. Wolf in sheep's clothing. We have the Bible on our side. For example, Google evangelical Nazis. Historically, there were ministers and pastors of churches that preached for slavery, in favor of slavery. All right, y'all, looks like my Snapchat's acting up again. I don't even know if that video is saved or uploaded because it's literally frozen again. If this video is posted, go watch him. Maybe this is an endorsement for him. It wasn't supposed to be an endorsement for him. But go watch him and tell me what you think. Tell me what your takeaway is. The religious correlation is super intense. I don't think you have to be raised in the church to understand the intense symbolism. And Isaiah saying, welcome to church, and the altar, and all the religious symbolism that this man is portraying. Like, I am a Christian, I am... But he's infusing himself with demon blood. And this blood helps strengthen and give them an unfair advantage. Maybe like the Illuminati. Maybe like, what does Tom Cruise go to? What church is that? Scientology. You know, there's talk of you go into Scientology and your career gets picked up or whatever. You reject Scientology and your career's canceled. There are unseen forces working amongst us. But wow. I didn't want to see this movie. I didn't care about this movie. I was excited when I saw Jordan Peele was a producer. And maybe I will admit that maybe I'm reading so much into it because Jordan Peele is a producer. If you've ever watched a Jordan Peele movie, Get Out, Us, the allegories and the undertones of his movie are intentional. This wasn't his movie, but I'm sure he's producing it for a reason. Henceforth, my psychoanalyzation of this movie. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are here this long, you've been on a journey with me over 2 days in my car, in my office, in my car again. I might never post this video. I might not even have this video. There's been so much technical difficulties just trying to record this video. But if it's all on my phone and ends up saving after Snapchat reboots, I'm gonna have to post it because obviously the unforeseen forces. But thank you for watching. Loving you is easy. Maybe I should do more. Let me know if I should do more movie reviews. I also had a lot to say about The Long Walk. Do you want to see, if you've watched this far, do you want to see me talk about The Long Walk? Wow. That was a good movie. Mentally. Wow. Loving is easy.